Hey everybody. Sorry for the delay. We just kind of got to talking and got a little carried away maybe. Let me
I just realized, see my knee, my legs are crossing, my knee is up there. I'm like almost dressed like Mario. It's kind of embarrassing. I've got like a red shirt and blue pants on.
Right.
How we're just talking about where our videos are at. Both of us are almost done. I can't remember how definitive I was last week at saying like, oh yeah, it'll be done by stream time next week.
You said
it's not, but it's a lot closer.
Yeah. So really, I guess people should expect 2 videos this week. One probably on Tuesday and the other one on Friday, I'm guessing.
I think it's almost for certain we'll release the Tink video on Friday at this point.
So it's
because I should finish comfortably before then, and that should give your video, your projector video, enough time.
Like 3 days is fine. That's I'm not expecting really much from it. I don't think that a lot of people are really even expecting. Like they'll be like wondering why we're even doing it, and really, I mean, I've been so curious because I've not been able to I've only used that one projector that you gave me, the 720p, which was great, but it's not like that big, and also
this experience is like kind of been eye-opening for you, I think. You're actually like kind of like all of a sudden super into it.
yeah. It's not even something that I expected, and it's kind of been amazing. I wasn't even thinking it was going to be that much of a game changer for me, and I just felt like, at the very least, if they want to send me this projector to review, I will totally do that and talk about my experience of playing games on a projector. And it was not I was just expecting to be like, oh, this is neat, I'll do this every once in a while. And now I'm just thinking I want to play every single game on this thing. And that is not what I expected was going to happen. I mean, there's obviously some aspects to it that is, not nearly as good as an OLED.
Yeah.
But I'm really just taken by the the spectacle of the whole thing. It has a certain look to it that it's slightly soft. You talk about that chromatic aberration from the lens. Yeah. And you kind of get a little bit of a glow to it, to the edge of on white text on black and stuff. Mm-hmm. And it just has this feel to it that is, it just. I mean, I say in the video, it makes me feel like that sense of spectacle I got when I went to the movies as a kid.
Yeah, well, I mean, just the very fact that there's a physical lens as part of the imaging system, kind of brings the picture back into the analog realm a little bit. If you want to think of a lens as an analog thing in the sense that,
right,
once it escapes the projector, it's just out there in reality, right? Yes. Affected by the world,
right?
That it's projected
and
on.
It just it feels really cool to play.
I had a laugh here when the T-Soul said when I said I don't remember how firm I was on saying that the video would be out by this time. He said, "You said you'd be shocked if it wasn't." my mind immediately goes to that Futurama gif that everyone posts, where he says, "I'm shocked." Well, actually, not that shocked. I'm not that shocked. I know myself. I know I'm not the fastest editor. I should not be that shocked. I've been working constantly on it, except for Thursday, which was great. But I'm just not as fast as I'd like to be. But I actually am quite close. The only kind of unknown aspect is how much time I'll spend on the section where I'm looking at a bunch of like Switch and PS4 games. But the fact that Coury's video is going to be out there and we want to give it a few days actually kind of gives me a little leeway. So that could possibly benefit the video by giving me a little more time to include more games. So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. But I'm not that shocked, I guess.
I see Carboxylate is saying, like, I've been using 120 hertz projector from ViewStock for the past 2 years, and I won't go back to normal screens. Projector has made all my games and movies so much more immersive. And that's kind of how I feel. Like, it is... I'm just, like, I'm just really excited by the experience of, like, how it feels to like, play games on this thing and how they look. Because, it's the black levels aren't the same as an OLED. It's not, like, as crystal clear, but it has like a character all of its own.
Do you wish that you had a proper surround sound setup?
Well, I'm already thinking about like how I can make that work.
I don't know how you could make that. Like I guess you could do.
Why am I wearing my glasses?
Oh yeah, what is with the glasses?
Well, so I have to get a touch up. Like, it has not been amazing.
Yeah.
So I had to get these super, super thin lenses, like a minus 50, so that I can see, like, things on the other side of the room. And it's just, I have to go a certain amount of time before they'll bring me back in and, like, do a little bit more extra work on it. It's not the whole process. It doesn't even take the flap off or anything. But I have to go like something like it has to have been 6 months because they're like, oh, it's still healing. And I'm like, I can have a hard time seeing signs when I'm driving past them.
Yeah.
So they're like, here, try these on or try these lenses, and you know what? I can function. I can see fine enough without them. But if my lot in life is that I have to, if I can just see normally, put sunglasses on, don't have to worry about contacts to wear sunglasses, and I have to buy a $30 pair of glasses, like including the lenses, like this is $30. These are $30. If I have to buy those like every couple of years or every year, then that's fine with me. But we'll see what happens when I get the...
I mean, is it pretty common for them to do like early touch up like that?
Yeah. I mean, apparently it is. Yeah.
I hope it goes okay. Has the dry eye aspect waned a bit?
Yeah, my eye has not been bad. I put stuff in anyways at night because they're saying, like they might still be swollen. They're still kind of healing a little bit. I'm like, okay, and I'll wear this stuff. But I don't need it. But, like if it just comes down to the fact that I can go most of the time without wearing glasses, but if I want to, I can buy a $30 pair of glasses. I'm okay with that. That's okay with me. See, like I can barely read
when can you get the touch up done then?
In January.
Oh, really? That soon?
Yeah, well, they say you have to wait like 6 months or something like
I know,
that.
but it doesn't feel like that would have been in 6 months already.
Yeah, it was July. So
wow.
Beginning of July. So I got these. And like if I have to if that's my situation in life, I'm okay with that. I mean, because I'd much rather.
Those look like some Coury glasses.
Yeah, like I said, they were $30.
And not even prescription, just like
they're just like a minus 30 in both eyes, or not. I mean minus 50, like minus 50, and it's just like the same thing and in both eyes. And yeah, it's not even like a real prescription. I guess I could just order them at that. So that's fine with me for now. All right. We're gonna play this darn game, Skyblazer, aka Hook 2.
The spiritual successor to Super Nintendo Hook.
Yes.
Which was also ported to the Sega CD, but this was not. This game, I mean, you used this as kind of the base for a lot of your testing
because I had just gotten it.
RetroTINK. Right.
Because I got
it. It appears in several shots, though.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? I don't think when I had done that section of the video, the Tink video, I hadn't gotten this yet. And I think that probably doing that is what made me want to buy it when I...
Really? Well, okay. Yeah. Well, the B-roll that you
ago,
sent me has it like laying around in some of the shots. Because yeah, I got the Japanese version a while ago, maybe a year ago.
Right.
It's kind of a situation where neither is as cheap as you would like. They're about the same price. I think the Japanese version might be a tiny bit cheaper, but not much. But I did see it for a good deal, so I was like, oh, I'll just get the Japanese version. But it does seem like it doesn't have like the momentum thing that makes Hook a little challenging to get used to playing.
It definitely feels a lot tighter.
Right. Like Hook, I appreciate how Hook controls, but it's not very pick up and play.
Right. I see that
Corvac's been messing with Steam Deck emulation all day. Is that just via like Linux versions that you can install like
Linux
using the Steam OS? I assume.
I just want to say I saw that Henry Clark mentioned Zenny Optical, and that's where I got these from.
Oh.
Just shooting fireballs. I gotta wait for all my hit points to go down.
Oh, this is just like a you can't win fight?
This young cur was hardly worth my effort. This young cur.
So the story behind this game, supposedly, like I don't know like how verified this is, but like apparently like the Japanese team who made the Hook Super Famicom game, like preemptively started making like a sequel to it, and like I don't know if they just like assumed that like a Hook 2 was going to happen, like a Hook 2 movie, or
right, yeah,
like if they were under instruction from what, Disney? Is Disney who owns Hook? Like if they were under instruction from them, like, oh yeah, like you should get to work on this, or I don't know what the story there is, but Hook 2 didn't happen, and they had this like in progress game, and they just kind of reskinned it to be their own thing.
Yeah, this is like one of those. It's considered a hidden gem.
Yeah. Hidden gem. I mean, it does seem pretty good. I mean, I've played a level.
The old man keeps on calling whelp. Many whelps. Many whelps.
Says, setting up Emu Deck, mostly curating my game list so everything gets added to Steam categories correctly, mirroring my Mr. Library for the most part. So I never got an analog pocket, and the annual Week with Family approaches next month. So you need some video games to escape into. Man, I brought my Switch to my parents' house, and it was the first time I'd really played Mario RPG since the stream last week.
Mm-hmm.
And if you recall, I finished in Moleville. And like, I don't know, I didn't start playing the game until probably like at least 3, probably. And it's not like I was playing it constantly from there. Spent some time with my parents. But I made it all the way from Moleville to just inside Bowser's Castle that day.
Oh yeah. Dang.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't remember I don't even remember what's leading up to that. I don't know.
Like, how far in are you?
Oh, I haven't played it since that initial.
Okay, so you're just like after the first stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I finally finished Mario Wonder.
Oh, okay.
But I have not been back to.
But I mean, like I was telling you, like that like mid 90s Squaresoft pacing is just like so perfect.
Yeah.
Like I'm in the final dungeon now. I've not played as much the past couple of days, so I just got through Bowser's Castle and into the final dungeon. But it's like I'm like at 12 hours. Like that's just like, and it doesn't feel like the game is like lacking for content, right? Like you still feel like you've been on this big adventure, you've been to a bunch of places, you've met a lot of people, you've seen a bunch of things happen. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it just moves, It just keeps moving.
Because every character
it's short,
got to tell you their life story every time something happens.
Well, I mean, I feel like I don't know, like, are there as many towns and like plot scenarios in Super Mario RPG as there are in, say, Final Fantasy 16? Maybe?
Oh,
like
maybe, yeah.
Like the whole like Nimbus Land part, like it feels like this big moment in the game, but in reality, it's not actually that long. Like they just keep the game moving. They don't like belabor any point. I mean, all things considered, Final Fantasy 16 moves pretty fast too. But just like RPGs in general these days, I feel like I've just been thinking about a lot in recent years, where I just feel like less stuff happens in modern JRPGs per hour of gameplay. There's just more. They just move so snappily.
And everybody just like talks, and that's what the length comes from, because everyone's got to tell you their life story.
Yeah,
you gotta know everything about them.
Yeah,
before you
like they weren't afraid to like kind of, just like not over explain things. Like for example, like Valentina, like who is she? How did she come to be in the position that she's in to be usurping the Nimbus Land throne? And all these things, and why do the citizens take her at her word, and what are her real motivations? What led to her being so mean? We don't know. They're confident enough in you to fill in the gaps, to figure it out yourself, to just imagine. Like, you don't have to have like it all spelled out, but like a modern game, it'd be a whole subplot. Not that that's necessarily bad, but man, those old Squaresoft games, they just move.
Yep.
There was 20 reals from A14. Thank you. Saying, thanks for all. Do you have any retro or modern recommendations of games similar to both Tomba and the Lost Vikings? By the way, you could run a second Mr. FPGA presenting N64. Yeah. That first Mr. project was so overwhelming. I don't know if we'll do anything of that scale again, but like maybe I could see like just like looking at a couple of major cores. Yeah, just Just don't take it
Oh,
too
jeez.
seriously like we did the first one, you know?
Yeah.
It could be fun. Any games like Tomba wasn't. Oh, there's a game coming. Coming up. It was in the limited run summer presentation called. I don't think the digital version is out yet, but it's called Double Shake, and it looks awesome. It's like Tomba, Mischief Makers, and what was the other game that it made me think of? And Klonoa. It's got like Klonoa style like backgrounds, like the way the world spins and stuff is very Klonoa. It's very like Klonoa, Mischief Makers, but I think like Tomba is probably the main inspiration. Tomba and Klonoa, and then Mischief Makers may be a distant. I've not played it, of course, but it looked pretty awesome in the trailer.
Out of nowhere, he has wings.
Well, you know, I mean, certain characters that may have starred in this game before him could also fly. But any existing games that are like Tomba, I mean, I've not really played much Tomba myself. Just I've tried it out. I don't have it, unfortunately, because it's expensive.
Tombi. I mean, I can't think of like much that's like exactly like it.
Yeah, but that game is like very that Double Shake game is coming up is like very, very clearly inspired by it. So that's the most similar thing I can think of.
Yeah. I just want to tell everybody that what they're seeing in the window there, in the gameplay window, I'm using the RetroTINK 4K on this.
Oh, and you're using the Firebrand?
This is Firebrand X's like sharp 9X profile.
Oh, okay. I mean, not that it's even needed for this game, but like he's also got like the auto sample profile, right?
Well, yeah. Well, no, that's just like all profiles are just like auto sample now. He's just like making them all so that you only need one.
Well, but when at least the last set of profiles I installed, there was like a folder.
Right. Well, there's like a 9X, a 10X, and a like a 9X DAR and 10X DAR. But all those they're both auto sampling.
Nice.
Whoa. Oh, okay. I didn't realize I could do that. I got a new move.
There was a notification that Nana Cheesecake has been a member for 12 months in a row.
Dang.
Saying, a year of cheesecake? Wow! Happy Sunday, everyone. Also, who is playing right now? Coury's playing right now. Whoever's on the top window is the one playing, usually.
Holy cow! They killed me
on my way out, I have in parentheses playing and Discord to clarify. But yeah, Coury is the one. Oh, you can also tell because it's a Coury branded PVM. Underneath the game screen.
Holy cow! I could like.
I have higher standards than Coury PVMs. I only play on Triforce PVMs.
So I could just sit here and get unlimited lives if I wanted to. These gems keep on respawning.
Do they, like, how?
And you get 5 every 100.
Oh wow! And you get extra life on every 100.
Yeah.
The tower outside is kind of like that Kirby's Dream, that part in Kirby's Adventure.
Whoa. That's not what I meant.
There was a 1999 from Dr. Tony Escobar. Thank you. Saying, finish Super Mario 64 today on my N64. It was love/hate. hated on my LCD, loved on my CRT. An S-Video modded Sony by RetroTINK. The CRT was revelatory. Got all 120 stars, and then Yoshi and I just had to share. Thought you'd appreciate. Oh, heck yeah, I appreciate. I'm so glad to hear that. You know, RetroTINK Steve, you know, he sold all of these consumer CRTs that he had fixed up. He brought them to the Music City Multicon, and he sold all of them. And you know, one of them had, you know, Mario 64 running on demo on it, and you know, it looked so good on it, and you know, it really kind of helps you see how you know, that could the quality of like that consumer CRT look. Like I could definitely, I was like looking at that, I'm like, yeah, that's a good game for like kind of trying to sell people on the look. Because, you know, on the RetroTINK 4K, a feature that I wish I had not ignored as much as I have until recently is this horizontal blur. Like, you've got the interpolation, which adds like a horizontal blur. Like you can do like soft interpolation if you want to have kind of just like a PVM look. But there's another function that like kind of replicates like analog signal behavior, and like, I don't know, like how it gets weaker or something. I don't really know how to describe it. And it really kind of like, if you turn it, like you gotta be careful with how much you turn it up. But if you get it just right, like it kind of, for both 3D games and sprite-based games, it kind of gives this shaping
bold move right there
to the pixels. And you know, it really like kind of creates that, you know, I had a little section to the script yesterday because I'm like, I really should, like, I've shot several shots with this on, and I should like probably like actually call out the feature, because it does, I think, make an effect that I think a lot of people would find desirable, especially for things like, you know, like N64 games or pre-rendered graphics games. Like I have a shot with Donkey Kong Country with it, and it really does kind of make that as you remembered it sort of look, with just sort of that, like I say, just kind of, I would call it shaping of the pixels. You know, it kind of creates into the more curved shapes.
This 1-up like respawns every time too.
Replicant says the RetroTINK 4K offers no benefit over the 5X in this use case of streaming the SNES, but cool nonetheless. And you're not wrong. I mean, you're streaming in 1440p. I mean, I bet there is a small benefit, but you're right. Like, it would not be like it's not a transformative case in this context for sure. Although the Firebrand profiles are pretty amazing. I was not expecting to be, I mean, all respect to Firebrand, I was just not expecting to be as blown away by what could be done with like the perfect sampling profiles on it. Because I don't even really use like the optimized sampling modes on the 5X. Because like, it's so hard to get it just so without any of those like stray flickering pixels. And with the Firebrand profiles, like, it's you on your setup, because everyone's analog setup is a little different, you will have to adjust phase just a tiny bit, and then you just resave it. Did you have to adjust phase on yours?
Yeah. This is like kind of intense right here.
As the disappearing mega, as we call them on the
they're definitely Mega Man
backlogger streams. The disappearing Mega Man, no! The disappearing Mega Man blocks.
He likes to slide towards the edge.
Shadowmaster is asking if you guys ever managed to get scanline filters that look good in a stream window that can be resized a million different ways. You know, I was actually talking to someone, and you know, we've got a chat going with other people who have also been testing RetroTINK 4Ks. And we were talking to someone who said that with like a plugin, like a third-party plugin, like you could get a Gaussian blur effect, and you do like a 1% Gaussian blur or something, and that scanline effects can actually look pretty good on a stream. I'd like to experiment with that sometime, especially once I get fiber internet. Whenever that. The cables are run. I'm chomping at the bit for it. But you know, I was looking at YouTube's specifications for streaming, and it sounds like 4K does not offer the low lag mode, so it might not be that desirable to stream in 4K. So we might ultimately stream in 1440p.
Yeah, I mean that's.
I mean, that's what you do with, cause yeah, I don't like having like a minute of lag. Wouldn't be that desirable, I would say. There was a $2 super chat from Viscous. I like how that's spelled. It's
how do
Viscous, but spelled different. Oh, this thing is big. It looks cool though.
It does.
Saying, I hope the games we played this year is 2+ hours long. You know, I suspect this is going to be the first one that's shorter than the previous years. Let me look on my backloggery. I feel like my
How did
my
I
game.
die? I had 1 health left. Is that a glitch?
Oh, that is weird. Let's see on my backloggery. It's not that different, I suppose. If you combine
That's why they give you so
beat
many
and
lives.
complete, which complete is 100%. If you combine beat and complete, that's 37. But I know some of those completes are not going to be separate games. For instance, I beat Super Mario Wonder and then I completed it, so the complete number is kind of a duplicate. I mean, I guess I'm not that far behind 2022. Like, I had 30 beat this year, 38 in 2022, and the year's not over. I mean, you know, I'll finish Super Mario RPG, I'll finish Lunar. Who knows, I might get lucky and finish something else on the stream. So ultimately, maybe I won't have played that fewer games. So I don't know. Like, I've been thinking it's going to be shorter. How long is last year's? Was it 2 hours?
No, I think that last year's was shorter than like the.
Was it really?
Than like 2021 maybe.
Well, hang on. Let's see. Or I'll just let me look it up on here. Let's see. Search across your channel. Games we played. All right.
How do I kill it? Okay. This is ridiculous.
Oh, I see.
You can't even go anywhere. Come on.
Well, I mean, if you're safe and crouched in the corner, then I guess it's okay.
Did I die?
Maybe you
gotta
should
be
grind
very
more
specific.
lives. I mean, at least, let's see. Okay. 2017 was 25 minutes.
That was the first one, though.
Yeah. 2018 was 44. 2019 was 59. 2020 was an hour 28. 2021 was the shorter one. It was an hour 19, so it was like 9 minutes short. But then last year, 2022, was an hour 51.
Okay, yeah, this is definitely gonna be shorter.
I think it's gonna be short. I don't think we're going to break 2 hours for this one. I really don't think so.
No, I mean, I think that I'm gonna have 4 segments, and at the it's gonna be like 12-minute segments. So I can see my parts being like maybe 40 minutes, 45 minutes.
Mega X6 says, you know how many YouTubers now do games I beat videos? I mean, I know Joe has done it, but he credited us with the idea.
Do other people do the same thing?
Do other people do the same thing now? I mean, I'll be honest, like, it makes me so happy how many people say that's like their favorite thing we do.
Yeah.
Like, even though like normally the video like comes together like in a very rushed and sometimes a little stressful way because we do it so last minute, we're going to try to, I mean, you're already pretty ahead. I'm going to try to get ahead. But
bonus stage.
Oh, this looks interesting. It looks a little janky.
It's definitely not It's just doling out extra lives like candy, though.
That's good. Based on that last boss, you might need it.
Yeah, there's passwords and stuff in this too.
Oh, okay. Anyway. But yeah, I love.
Oh.
Like, it's always cool when people appreciate the tech stuff, but it makes me happier when people love us just talking about games or talking about stuff like that. Like that makes me even happier. And I certainly didn't play as many games this year as I would have liked. Especially the last few months, I feel have been real slow for me on the game front. But you know, I honestly going through my list and going through my backloggery history and compiling the list of games that could be included in the episode. It'll be a surprise to me because I'll have forgot some of it.
Anyway. I mean, usually you have like finished like a lot more games than me, but I wonder if it'll be like more equal this year. Because I feel like you definitely haven't finished, like since Zelda. Like I don't think you finished very many games. But then again, neither did I. But
yeah. I mean, you were firing on all cylinders at the start of the year.
Yeah. But yeah, it's definitely gonna be shorter and probably for the.
I mean, don't say it. You never know.
Oh,
it's not going to be. We're not going to attempt to make it longer or attempt to make it shorter.
It's only gonna be what it ends up being.
It's just gonna be what it is. That's exactly it. It's no more, no less.
That is the idea.
Yeah. As they say, Nanaki is Nanaki. There was $10 super chat from Seabass Snap.
Ooh.
Thank you, as always. Saying congrats on making the MLS semifinals. I hope you destroy Columbus Saturday like Michigan did yesterday. Also, have either of you considered making an MLiG Mini about failed consoles, 3DO, Jaguar, etc.? I mean, I don't
That
know
would
if
be
that
really
would be
fun. I don't have like
a mini.
I mean, if I don't have a Jaguar, so it's not
No.
even like something we could.
I mean, you don't have a CDI either, right?
No.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have a CDI, 3DO, or a Jaguar. I don't especially want to. I mean, Joe,
Like, I don't
GameSack.
especially want to.
Huh?
Like, I don't especially want one.
Yeah, I don't especially want to have those. I mean, I'd have to find room for them in my setup that I don't know if they deserve finding
Wow,
the
look
room
at that.
for.
Look at this boss. This is cool.
I mean, not to say that. I mean, 3DO is an interesting system. Oh, this looks cool.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Wow.
That's pretty darn cool.
But anyway, if you want to see something like that, GameSack Joe did a video like a month or two ago of Jaguar versus 3DO versus 32X. And it was kind of fun. I enjoyed it. There was also $10 super chat from Guillermo Rovita. Thank you.
Thank you.
Saying, today I had a new addition to my collection. Found a Genesis Model 2 complete in-box Sonic 2 bundle. Apparently it was never used, super mint, all the plastics, even have the original receipt from Target 1995.
That's awesome.
Wow. Sonic 2 bundle in 95, huh? I guess it surprises me somewhat that was like the bundle in 95. I actually have that, have a Sonic 2 Genesis 2 bundle box as well. Definitely not in the condition you described, but it was
I thought he was
still
dead.
pretty
He's got,
good,
like,
pretty
one
good shape.
eyebrow.
It was I got it from a friend who, just gave me all of his Genesis stuff, and it's you'll sometimes see it in the backgrounds behind me when I'm when you see like the orange couch. It's back there. You might not really see it on streams, but it's definitely been in videos. That's pretty awesome. You aren't very fond of the red Genesis branding.
No.
I like both. Why not both? I have no strong inclinations toward the black grid or the red era of Genesis.
I am heavily favor the black grid.
I don't know. There's a lot of good games in the red box era. I mean, I
know. I like. It's not even about the games. It's more just about it's strictly the branding.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
I feel as though rebranding stuff like that, and it happened with the PS3. Like, I think that it feels really desperate.
I mean, it can, but I feel like it was a very smart move for the PS3 because they were desperate.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, and it worked
and
out.
The new branding for PS3 was infinitely better.
It's
Like the original PS3 branding was bad. So the boss himself does not hurt you?
No.
But anyway, I was gonna say, you know, like the two games that were like the main reason I got a Genesis were Contra Hardcore and Castlevania Bloodlines, and those are Redbox games.
And I guess they are kind of like late Redbox games too, because they were partially. Come on, like some hardcore are cardboard box. Yeah. Same with.
I'm not sure about
Castlevania.
Bloodlines.
I don't understand. Like sometimes I jump up there really quick. Sometimes I was confused.
Yeah, I also really love it when you buy something that has the receipt in it.
Yeah.
Like my PC Engine CD system came from Japan, and it had the receipt. And let me tell you what, the receipts they used over there in 1991
Am I get, like this is
or much
easy,
higher quality
but I'm
paper and
losing 100 lives on it.
Print than what we had, because like my receipts from that era like all faded. Are you like hitting the button too frantically or something? Like, is it more like timing that you have to like jump up the wall?
Maybe. If I get close to this side, this might be the way to do it.
Oh, yeah, that makes a ton of sense.
What?
In retrospect.
Finally.
Another one that there's a couple I like on my from my Genesis shelf with like records of like from who owned it previously. Let me see if I can remember which ones.
The Falls of Torment.
Oh yeah, here. There's I'm pretty sure these are the ones that have some records of who owned previously. Yeah, so inside my world of illusion, there's a little tiny sticker stuck right there in the middle of the spine. And it says 9/11/93, $40.68. Like, and I wonder if did that person just like put a little sticker like inside every game they had, or just said what day they got it and how much they paid.
Maybe.
I mean, I think that's kind of cool. My Rastan for Master System.
I don't understand.
Here a folded paper. With information about a picnic in 1990 for the Brookhaven Country Day School. With the schedule, there was breakfast at 10 a.m., clown and face painting, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., corn husking contest, 10:45 a.m.
That's really fun.
Barbecue lunch, noon to 3:30 p.m., ice cream and watermelon, 3:30 to 5 p.m., disc jockey, 12:30 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. In case of afternoon rain, the disc jockey will play at the gymnastics tent, just so y'all know. Tennis, volleyball, swimming, softball, horseshoes, basketball, and rowing on the Carmen's River may be enjoyed all day long. Any group wishing to play deck hockey should do so in the morning because the wooden hockey arena will be used by the disc jockey and dancers during the afternoon. If rain is predicted for the entire day on August 5th, the picnic will be canceled at 6:45 a.m. and rescheduled for a later date. We will notify each other of cancellation by telephone chain, which will be explained to you at a later date. If the picnic is not canceled by 7 a.m. Sunday morning, all caps, then it will be held.
Then it will be held.
Can you imagine Rastad just like going, then it will be held. Like they took their picnic planning very seriously. Like it was like a top of mind concern, apparently, you know? And Rastan has preserved this might be the only remaining record of this event.
Yes.
In my copy of Rastan. You know? And
yeah,
now
it's kind of amazing. It's amazing that that's in there. You know?
And now also on our Skyblazer stream. We are preserving history. If any historians out there have questions about picnics that happened in 1990, I got you covered. And also in my copy of Black Belt for the Master System, there is a label on the cart that says, "From the video game library of Patricia L. Smith."
I think we've talked about that. Like you sent me a picture of that or something, I think.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, I might have shared some of these on stream before even. But I love stuff like that. I love like sometimes there's like stickers and things from the game's previous life that you want to remove. But there's other things that's like, that's really cool. Like I want that to remain on there, like as a continued part of this game's history.
Yeah. I love that she said it's from her library.
It's from the video game library of Patricia L. Smith.
One of those I'm pressing the D-pad real hard kind of games. You know those kind of games?
Huh?
I said this is one of those I'm pressing the D-pad real hard kind of games.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Like Castlevania and Ninja Gaiden do that to me.
Yep. Where you're just like stressed, basically.
I don't know. It's just like something about the momentum of the characters too. Like in Castlevania, you move kind of slow, right? So like, there's almost this feeling of like, if I push harder, I'll move faster.
Right.
I don't know. On the Backloggery stream, we played both Bloodstained Curse of the Moon games on Monday.
Oh, did you play the second one?
Oh yeah, I had not played it by myself.
Oh, you played co-op. I forgot that those had co-op. They're pretty good.
Only the first one does. You change characters in the first one, or excuse me, only the second one does. You change characters in the first game, much like Castlevania 3, and you do in the second as well. But you do have you can use characters simultaneously in Curse of the Moon 2.
Oh, cool.
And that was how we played it. So I never played it by myself. And I guess Drum had like gone back and like 100%ed both games, so he was a fair bit more familiar than me because I'd only beaten each one time.
Mm-hmm.
And I found that by the end of the night, like my thumb, I was like, ooh, wow, I'd been pushing that D-pad pretty hard all night, and it it was one of 2 remaining 5-hour directorships.
Are you
we
like not
retired
taking
those a long
directorships
time
anymore, or is this?
Huh?
How many do you have? I mean, so
there's only one more. Tip and Top has one.
Right, but I mean, are they like no longer open? Are you no longer taking them?
They're no longer available because many years ago, Drum was like, well, back when we, I mean, it was a long time ago that we made the streams go from 5 hours to 4 hours.
Right.
A long time ago. And so those are a holdover from that era. And it just took a really long time for some people to redeem their directorships. But anyway, it was Tweeter.
Oh, okay.
And he wanted us to race each other in both Curse of the Moon games. And I mean, Drum won by like a million miles, especially with the second game. Cause like I was like actually really shocked how difficult the second game was.
Really?
Yeah. Cause I mean, have you played it?
No, I only played the first.
Have you played either?
I played the first one. I streamed it, I think.
Okay.
And I finished it, I think, on that stream.
Yeah, I mean the first one, I mean it's tough, but the second one was a lot tougher, I thought. And you know, obviously the dynamic of how you play it is so different in co-op. So it didn't really register for me that, you know, how challenging it was playing it in that context, but it was not an easy game. It was like it was like coming on 1 o'clock, I think, when I actually finished. You know, because we were supposed to play till midnight. You know, this was a 5-hour directorship, but we started a little late, and you know, I wanted to finish the game at that point, right?
Right.
I mean, it wasn't backlog progress or anything, but I was determined I wasn't going to play that long and not finish it. I also I played them with my pre-scaling profile on the RetroTINK, which was quite awesome. There was a $10 super chat from Guillermo. Wait. I already did you. The new one hasn't appeared on the other list yet. There was a $7.99 from the Gaming Nostalgist. Thank you, as always. Saying, reminds me of when I found a flyer for the PS2 launch at Toys R Us tucked inside the box I purchased from eBay for Oddworld Adventures for Game Boy. Wow, was it just like used as like padding for the, or was it just like included as like a intentional bonus, I wonder? Because, you know, a lot of times like people will just like pad a box with like newspapers or something.
Yes.
I'm always, I mean, I never like look that closely, but I always think it's cool when you get newspapers from like another country.
God, I gotta put a boss in this stupid thing in this remote.
In the packaging, I always think that's neat. But yeah, that's a cool little bonus there. From I assume many years later. I don't know when you actually finished, or when you actually purchased Oddworld Adventures on Game Boy. I have no idea what Oddworld Adventures on Game Boy is. Like, I assume it's like a different game in the Oddworld series.
That's gonna be game over.
Oh no!
It just takes you back to.
What's it gonna do?
Just takes you back.
To the start of the level.
Yeah. Maybe I don't have to go there. Maybe there's like other things I can do.
Oh yeah, you've got a pretty open-ended map, I guess. Do you know what you're like trying to do?
I'm trying to find like these other powers.
Oh yeah, maybe you'll get a power that'll make it easier, make that underwater part easier. I don't know. Hey, there was a $4.99 from Madonna Sheehy. Thank you. Saying, hi guys, glad to catch a stream and hope you guys had a great holiday. Huh?
So her absence has been noticeable.
Yes. Saying, I've been playing with my new Mister and I'm obsessed. Can't wait for Christmas streams. Oh yeah. Always good to be tinkering around with new stuff on the Mister. You know, I was looking down the list of arcade games, like for stuff to capture for the RetroTINK video. And like I realized, like I'm always loading up Capcom arcade games, like not intentionally, but I'm just like, it's like I keep doing Capcom games in my examples.
Because that's probably like the ones you think of the most, right? Like arcade games.
That's like probably the style of arcade game that I'm like most into, I guess. You know, one of the games I played this year was Battle Circuit.
Oh yeah,
which was a big surprise. Like, it's really good. Like, it has one of the lamest names of like a video game ever, but it's really bizarre and can be a little hard to figure out all the mechanics. But that was a really good one. I also realized that like I was showing a lot of Capcom NES games too. Like I don't know, I just can't help it. Capcom.
Oh, there's a one.
You do some good stuff. Oh.
I was like at 0 lives, so I was like, I'm just gonna kill myself, and there's a 1-up. Just perfectly situated for you. If you decide you want to swan dive and waste your last life.
It's like, no, don't do it. You almost wonder if that was like intentionally put there for that purpose. It's like, oh, they're just gonna kill themselves so they can start again.
Why, like, I feel like there's definitely like some serious jank to this game. Like, I feel like
sure.
he only grabs on. It's unreliable sometimes. Or sometimes he grabs on and then won't let go. And sometimes he...
Maybe you should have read the instruction manual.
The non-existent instruction manual that I have. Yes.
What else did you pick up at that convention you got? There was a couple of good little things in your haul, right?
I got Ghost in the Shell, the standalone complex.
Is that the PS2 one?
Yeah. I've been kind of after that one for a little bit.
Yeah, is that like similar to the PS1 one?
No, it's like a third-person shooter.
Okay. I mean, I think I've heard both are good, but the PS1 one's kind of amazing.
Yes. When it comes down to it, you just use this thing to blast. It's just like doling out extra lives every time you're gonna fall to your death. It's actually kind of funny.
What's the limitation on that like fly across the screen?
My power bar at the top there.
Okay. Why are 2 of them X'd off?
I don't know. I don't know.
That's kind of weird. What do your kids think of the projector?
My son thinks it's really cool. Yeah, for sure. My daughter has like barely thought about it. She is she's rapidly changing right now. She's a real moving target in terms of like, I can't really get a good read on like whether or not she even likes anything, period. Right now.
I mean, she's becoming
like,
a teenager.
Like suddenly has become a teenager.
Of course she doesn't. Of course she doesn't like it.
You know, she doesn't have a whole lot to say right now to me, or
I mean, she was pretty excited by the convention,
right? But it is, she's like specifically like it just in like the last 2 months it feels like she's like rapidly changed and is very, very frustrating, and you know, turning into like a smart ass about a lot of stuff. So that's what's happening.
Well, Henry Clark can relate.
Yeah. It just feels like it just happened out of nowhere. Pushing the boundaries for sure. It's like, hey, take your. We had like this soup for dinner, right? And she ate and was gonna go back upstairs so she could FaceTime with her friends. And my wife says, you know, take your plate over. And she starts to walk away. She's like, it's a bowl, not a plate. You know, and she said you told me to take my plate, and I don't have a plate. I thought I had a, and then that's when the fight started. Yeah, that's exactly it. You know, like she's 11 and a half, so.
That's just how it is, huh?
Yeah. My wife's like, oh, she's probably just PMSing. So I'm just like, okay. I mean, I assume so.
I mean, you know, you're at least going through a phase that, you know, a whole lot of parents throughout history have done.
Yes. So, I'm just trying to figure this out. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time with it. Get in there. What, is that not where I go? Is that what you're gonna do to me? What are you doing to me here? What are you doing to me, game?
That totally looks like it could be like a path forward.
Please let it be the boss now. Oh no, it's just.
Yeah, that kind of just felt like an opening screen. Oh wait,
it's just like one area on the map.
For what? Did you get anything out of that?
No, it's just getting me through to the other side here.
Oh. Well, that's weird that it opened up your way to the left.
Yeah, but you're going right.
Yeah. I wonder if you can re-enter and exit levels. You can get some. You can grind that opening one up there pretty easy if you can.
Yes.
Like, was it a common thing outside of like Nintendo games to do like to do like the pause select to exit levels that you've already beaten? Like Super Mario World and Donkey Kong Country do that. I think Yoshi's Island does that, or maybe you just select it through the menu.
Yeah, I don't recall it like being like a.
I mean, it was a semi-standard thing. There was also like start select R and L to like reset without getting up. Remember that? I forget what games have that.
Really use that. It encourages you to like a lot to use that health replenish power.
Encourages you how?
Well, just because it feels like damage amounts is it's not like every attack does 1 damage. You'd almost think that it would. Jeez, come on.
Ah.
No, I didn't die.
Oh. You know, it's kind of weird to me that the green potions are health and the red potions are magic. Right?
Yeah.
That is what it is, right?
Yeah, it seems like that would be. Is that what my health is? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, your health is green. As far as I can tell, I think it's green health, red magic.
Yeah.
There says peach dry or peach. Preach dry, red is health. I mean, it's true. It's the color of the stuff inside you, therefore it is health. Now blue or green can be magic. But I feel like in games that have red, green, and blue meters,
why am I going down? Like,
blue is usually magic. Like in Elder Scrolls, like blue is magic and green is stamina, or in Eternal Darkness, blue is magic and green is sanity.
I gotta put that on my list for next year.
Ah, never done.
Never done it.
I wonder if you will be
chaotic.
a servant of a Chaturga Ulioath or Zelatoth. I can't believe
someone's asking if
all
you
these
finished
years I've
Lunar.
never forgotten the names of the Lovecraftian beings in it.
Someone was asking if you had finished Lunar. Are you? Do you think you'll be able to finish it by the end of the year? Or are you gonna like?
I mean, my intent was to like play both of them back to back. I'm not so sure if that's going to happen at this point. I think I will. Like, once I finish the RetroTINK 4K video, like, I'm going to absolutely just, like, start fully taking the evenings off and...
I got greedy there.
Playing Lunar. Ooh, look at all them one-ups.
Why? Like, I don't understand. Do I gotta hold down the button? Does it go up if I hold down the jump button? No, but he might go a little bit faster. There it is, game over. Thought I was... It's gonna send me back to this dude. I gotta do those other levels. I don't know.
Norman says, I don't remember part yet. Well, I mean, that was like the names of like the spell elements. Like there was like Tier, Pargon. I don't remember what Pargon did, but I feel like I remember repeating Pargon multiple times for stacking it for some reason. Tier, Pargon, Chaturga, Ulioa.
Oh, so I don't have to do the level again. Once I beat the levels, I don't have to do them again. I thought for sure that I was going to have to do those levels.
Oh, nah. They wouldn't do that.
What's that?
They wouldn't do that. But what I think I'm more likely to do once I finish Lunar, I might do Hyperlight Drifter. Because I feel like that one would probably be the most quickly finishable. At least I suspect so. I mean, I don't think it's supposed to be a long game. Let me check. Hyperlight. Oh yeah. It's like 8 to 11 hours maybe. That's what I think I'll do. But yeah, Urbanato was asking how are they doing for their 10 games this year. Coury, I mean, neither of us are going to finish.
Yeah.
We've accepted that. But you're a lot closer than me.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'll be able to finish Brave Fencer and at least Undertale by the end of the year. It might be close. I mean...
You've started both, right?
Yes, but... Like, I don't know if that like should really count. I feel like I started them and then we just have a lot of videos that we're trying to get done before the end of the year.
Yeah, there's going to be actually kind of like a lot of videos.
Yeah, there's probably going to be more videos
starting this week.
It's very possible there could be more videos in December than there's been like the entire year. I mean, I guess we can just say that like
close to half of the videos released for the year. Yeah.
I mean, we can just say like what they're going to be.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's any reason we can't say what one of them will be. So we found out when the embargo date for Analog Duo is.
Yeah.
And I don't think we won't say what the embargo date is, but we do know we will be able to review it. So there's that.
Yeah.
And in addition to that, of course, I mean, let's start from the top. I mean, there's your projector video. There's the RetroTINK 4K video. And the projector video will have some RetroTINK 4K stuff in it.
Yeah.
Before the proper video. And
the Analog Duo, then my tour, and then maybe we might. I'm not sure if it's going to be out like this year. I think I would like it to be out this year, but we're like kind of doing like a side video to my setup tour that kind of covers like how we work with each other remotely.
Mm-hmm.
I know, Joe. I know. Like it's definitely going to be out next year. But yes,
definitely.
It's that is definitely out next year. But yeah, we're gonna do a video like on how we like work remotely with each other. And that's really just because like the people the people that we do that we've used like as our network attached storage reached out to us and said, do you want to like do a video on this thing? I'm like, actually, you know, I've been using your product for 5 years now. So I would like that would be a good way to show how we work remotely with each other.
Well, I mean, the thing
in
was,
addition to like,
if they were sending a review product,
right,
that meant that we could then have one in both of our houses.
Yes,
which will be a big benefit to me.
Yeah,
it's
well, it's going to be a big benefit to both of us because it's going to. We don't have to like wait for one person to work on anything or create something and upload it. It'll automatically just.
Well, I think the big benefit to me will be since I kind of work between two computers, it'll let me access stuff from. It'll let me share files between those computers a little easier than what I do right now, I think.
Right. So that's like, you know, that's kind of like an extra video, like not something that.
It's kind of like a YouTube behind the scenes.
Yeah, and it's very much like set up like it's very vloggy the way it's set up.
Fenris, I have not gotten to test out the Game Gear yet because I don't have an RGB cable for it yet. But I'll look into how I can do that soon. Once I'm done with the RetroTINK video, I'll have time to consider other nice things like that.
I don't know if it's like cheating by using this blasting move like that or what.
Oh, Fenris, I should say that the New Year's Day, is it New Year's Day? That's a Monday. Yes, the New Year's Day backloggery stream will be playing a whole bunch of games on the Atari you just modded. Drum won't tell me what this is, but he's been excited about the possibility of doing an Atari stream for years. And he says that he finds that when he plays a bunch of Atari games, or when he watches a bunch of Atari games on like YouTube or something for an extended time, he feels a certain way.
Is that like a good thing, or is that
like, I don't know, like he calls it the Atari effect, but he won't tell me what it is. Like I'm guessing he feels like weird, like physically weird, like the, you know, like something like the Tetris effect, right? He calls it the Atari effect, but for science, he won't tell me what it is. So we're going to find out what the Atari effect is on January 1st.
interesting? I wish I could understand what those things do.
What things?
Those switches.
Are they like changing the flow of water?
But I don't know what is changing. Like where?
It's like it's not like obvious in any way that's like in terms of what's immediately around you.
Right.
Is it opening certain gates or pathways? I mean, it's got to be one of those two things, basically. You know, I did not buy anything for Black Friday.
That's good though, really.
I mean, I guess that's good, but like, I mean, I didn't pay as close attention to the deals this year. I mean, I looked a bit, but like, just like, I feel like there's always like some game I want that's like between $15 and $25, and like, just nothing jumped out at me this year. Aeromonato, I thought about getting the Turbo EverDrive Pro because I don't have any TurboGrafx EverDrive. But I decided not to right now. But I definitely looked at and thought about it. I mean, admittedly, considering I just built this new computer, I feel like that's kind of the main reason I didn't really
do this
look that closely at the deals or give any too much serious consideration. Because it's like, I just kind of have this feeling like, I shouldn't.
Is there like a way to increase my health, you think?
Well, it looks like there's room for like at least three or four more, probably 3 more notches for your health. I still want to know why 2 of your magic slots are like X'd off. And that's so weird to me. You're close. These enemies are dropping so many things. It's like, it seems
Stay away from me.
To get back to them. Oh.
He's like, oh! Finally. The whole place blows up.
I'm waiting to see it. Oh, there you got him. I mean, there's nothing like boss beating explosions, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not, you know, the Squaresoft, you know.
Yes.
You can't top that, but giant explosions in the background after being a boss is also very good.
The fiery phoenix in this game had power. So I don't have to redo that. That's awesome that I don't have to redo those. If I was gonna have to redo them, I would be like, maybe we'll play something else. but luckily, I don't have that. I mean, it's certainly a lot tougher than I was expecting.
Yeah, I mean, I had a hard time with Hook at first, but like once I got like 4 levels into it, it became like super easy.
Yeah.
And not very long either. What the punky skunk is this level?
Get in there.
Get. Go on. Get.
Go on, get.
Oh, man, there's more?
I know, right?
Like, when you jump, like, I have no idea what's going to happen.
I know. That's how I feel. It's really just go for it and hope that you end up
super lucky. Oh no, boss.
It's okay. I'd rather do this. And that was it. I used that time stop on him and crushed him.
Oh wow. Where'd you learn that?
On the last level. Again, the power of lightning. Just like that. Alright. It's Fortress Shirol.
How? Oh, okay.
Oh, it's okay. It's another flying level.
See, I thought that's where you came from.
Yeah.
Oh, another flying stage.
Is Henry Clark talking like 100 to 150? Is that like the going price for this? I paid 80 for it.
Yeah,
That seems
that's kind of the going price I've seen.
It's 80?
At least card only.
Yeah.
Like 70 to 80.
Yeah. They had the manual with it, and then they said, well, we'll take out the manual if you, and I'll give it to you for cheaper if you want. And that's like, usually that doesn't happen.
Oh.
It was like either that or like, I really want to get that Adventures of Batman and Robin for the Super NES. But that's like, it just keeps on going up. It's like 150 now.
Oh, is 3D Game Heroes still going up in price?
I don't think is.
I mean, I don't know. I just said, I see Stefan said, what would you pay for 3D Game Heroes? I mean, it is a really good game, but, you know, I paid $60 the day it came out. Like, it always surprises me, like, how that kind of became like
kind of going up.
An overlooked game. Or like a game like people didn't know existed, so it's a hidden gem.
Yeah.
And it was just like, that game was like on my radar from the first second. Like, it just seemed like a total no-brainer. There was like no way I was going to buy a game that looked like that.
Yeah.
Like, so it surprises me that everyone didn't think, well, I'm just going to buy that the day it comes out. Because it looked that cool. Bitrose says about 3D Heroes when it came out. It was fine. I mean, I actually kind of feel like it's aged better over time. Because, you know, I streamed it a while back. I think I enjoyed it even more than the first time. I mean, it's a very simple game. It's a Zelda 1 clone and not much more.
Yeah.
And I think that's okay. I have a big soft spot for Zelda 1 clones. And I have to, you know, Drum likes to say I hate Zelda, which is not true.
You hate Zelda clones?
No, I hate Zelda 1, which is not true. But, you know, it's fairly low on my Zelda list. But
yeah,
I like
think
it.
That's completely understandable.
I have you know, I have respect for it, but you know, it's like it is not a top tier NES game for me,
Use the help
but I like it.
and that.
But nonetheless, like, I don't know, something about just like unabashed Zelda clones like speaks to me. Stuff like Newtopia and Oceanhorn and Game Heroes. I like that it's just like so obvious that what it's based on, and they don't care how obvious it is.
How many of the powers do I need?
The 4 powers. I mean, what powers do you have?
I thought I had 4.
Maybe you start with a power that doesn't count.
Maybe. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Like 5 maybe.
Soleil on Mega Drive? I know that name, but I don't think I realized it was.
It's Ragnarsson.
Oh, that's Rag. Oh, is that the European name?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Look at that.
Gotcha.
I keep on forgetting that I can punch bullets. I can punch bullets and stop them.
$2 super chat from Sotanist, Symphony of the Night Mist, I guess. Saying, put it in the treasure video jar. is that
InGen UK? That's the video that InGen UK is working on.
Oh yeah. InGen UK is working on it. This is gonna be a video editor just for that.
Come on. There we go.
This says Legend of Oasis on Saturn is my Zelda. I've never played the Saturn one. I wanted to like Beyond Oasis on Genesis better than I did. But I might appreciate it more now. I think I was more critical in that time period than I am now.
Yeah. I feel like everything in this is like so haphazard all the time that I'm surprised that it's even like remotely playable.
Like, the first impression is that it's less janky than Hook, but maybe the further you get into the game, that doesn't seem to be the case so much anymore.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. Alright. Now take me back. Don't respawn those enemies, but give me that one up.
There was a $2 super chat from TWW. I assume the Wind Waker himself. Saying, play the new RoboCop on stream, you cowards.
Oh, I'd be way into that.
Yeah, do you think that's a stream game?
I don't know.
You think there's too much to pay attention to? I mean, I hear it's pretty straightforward, which is good. Yeah, I mean, I don't have it. Do you have it? I mean, I want to get
time.
it.
Here we go.
I want to get it. It looks awesome.
Whoa. Oh, sorry. Let's try that.
That's some kind of look for that boss. Elephant dragon.
I know. It's like, what is it?
What is it?
I think I can get him now.
Yeah, you seem to be able. You almost had him stun locked. Was $5 super chat from Mega X6. Thank you.
Thank you.
Saying good evening, loving the stream and chat. I was looking for something new in my game library to play. Landed on Shin Megami Tensei 5. I have that, but I've not played it. You know, I don't know if it's really the case anymore, but you know, like long time ago, you know, back when Atlas was like their role in the industry was kind of like bringing at least in the
I got the warrior force
in the Western game industry. Their role was kind of like bringing over games that otherwise wouldn't have come over. You know, like like working designs before them what used to do, or like Xseed started to do. And you know, their games would become quite rare. I feel like that time has passed. I feel like you can find Atlas games for usually you can find them for pretty cheap, but like I don't know, I guess for some reason the paranoia was there for SMT5, and I was like, oh, I better get that, even though I'm not going to play it.
But and it's Switch only, right? Like those last two, like 4 was 3DS only, and then this one is like
right.
Although I think that 5 is coming out of like maybe it's getting a port.
Oh, I mean, I haven't heard of it getting a port. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't played any of those.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have it anymore. You know, it fell victim to a purge, but I did have 4. You know, I got it when it came out, thinking like I want to try to get into this, and I couldn't really get into it. You know, like the negotiation aspect of the game kind of turned me off. But
It says too much work.
Well, it's not so much as too much work, but it feels like completely random and arbitrary, and it almost is, but it kind of isn't. So that's what's frustrating about it. So, but I still want to give this series a good try. You know, someone actually sent me a copy of the PS4 version of SMT3.
Oh yeah.
Which, you know, that I think tends to be like fan favorite. But like those are definitely some pretty hardcore games, and like I feel like I have to be in like the right frame of mind to like like that can be hard to come by, like to have like the time to feel like, okay, like I'm going to like sit down and play this like super hardcore RPG.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'd like to be in the mood for that, but you know, the more I think about it, like I don't know if I ever will be in my entire life. You know what I mean? Like I just don't know if like that's something that. I mean, I'd like to be able to do that, but I just don't know if I could actually do it.
I mean, I like to believe that I'll find the right moment to give those games a try. I want to. I mean, that's why I have them. But lately, it's been tough to find the time to feel like you can have the mindset for those types of games.
Yeah.
But like that's like kind of what I resent about Vampire Survivors is like it's like this is fun, and it's like exactly what I need right now, but also I kind of resent it because it's like I want to be in the mood to play like a meatier, more in-depth game.
Yeah. Well, I like it's,
but I just don't have time right now.
You know, Dustin had mentioned something about like some big thing that's making like some cheap game that's making like the rounds right now, like the like Suiko or something like that. Like
Suiko.
Yeah, it's like a real cheap
not
game
not
on
quite
Switch.
Suikoden.
I don't think so, but it's like it's just like some game that is super cheap on the Switch, but is like really addicting in a Vampire Survivors kind of way. It's not like a clone or anything like this. It's its own thing.
But it just has that kind of like mindless quality to it.
Yeah. It's like Suiko or something like that. I'm sure the people in the chat would be able to tell me. Know exactly.
Chris V says Suika game. Suika
yeah,
is
Suika.
watermelon.
Yes, yeah. That's what it is. It's like watermelon. It means watermelon or something. But yes, that is what I'm talking about. It's like not Suiko. Suika.
Mr. Beyonce says it's like Tetris with fruit.
Huh.
Let me look it up. Suika game. Oh, I've definitely seen the artwork for this pop up here and there. Like it's got this like cute face on different fruit. It's $3. Yeah, I've definitely seen pictures of this going around.
It's healthier than regular Tetris.
I mean, it doesn't. I mean, at a glance, it doesn't look that much like Tetris. Prevent the fruits from overflowing from the box. Collide the same kind of fruit. As you collide fruits, their types change. Let's create big watermelons. That's what it says on the eShop description.
At least it's straight to the point, right?
This is a game where you combine two small fruits to make them larger and create big watermelons. Software description provided by the publisher.
Doing the heavy lifting there. Right? How do we describe this game? Oh, you just try to build a big watermelon. Keep it from overflowing.
But it seems like creating the watermelon would be bad because I'm looking at the screenshot and it looks like how are you going to get the watermelon takes up so much space? How can you get the other fruits around it? I don't know.
Has anybody in the chat played it? You know, games where you just like go in random doors and you eventually have to find like the right combination of doors without any like when everything looks the same like this.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of sucks. I ain't gonna lie.
I mean, sometimes I suspect the intent of this level is to be a little bit confusing.
Yes. It feels less good than levels like this usually are, though.
When Jeremy Farman says Coury hates Super Mario World ghost houses, is that true?
Yes. They are actually my least favorite levels in Mario games.
They aren't great in Mario World, but I think in some other games they can be fun. They're okay in Mario World.
Hey, can you do me a favor and see when that? I know it's supposed to be out in the U.S. in Japan or in December. Can you see when Godzilla -1 is out?
The movie?
Yeah. In the U.S. at least, it came out in Japan already. In Japan, I heard they're on Godzilla -10.
Well, there's show times near me starting Wednesday night.
Ooh. All right then. Have you seen anything on this? On it?
I saw a trailer or two. I mean, it looks like really high budget.
Yeah.
Like it looks very different from like Shin Godzilla in terms of like.
Right, but I've heard it like I've heard it's like real, like it's pretty scary. Like I thought that Shin Godzilla like had some scary parts in it for sure, but I've heard this is like real scary because it's like the same time period. It's like takes place like right after World War II.
Right. I mean, it's almost like a remake. I guess.
Right.
Right. Like I don't know.
I mean, maybe to an extent, you know, like yeah. But it looks really good.
Yeah, the trailers I saw looked really good. I concur.
Okay, so December 1, I guess. It's December 1st, Wednesday? Maybe?
December 1st is Friday.
Oh, okay.
But, like,
that looks like a decent.
I mean, here it's showing showtimes for Wednesday. But, like, only, like, one theater only has one showtime, and another only has two showtimes. It looks like it's only available for like evening showings on Wednesday and Thursday. There's more showings on Thursday than Wednesday. Then Friday it's like up now.
Maybe it's just like previews or something then. I don't know if I went backwards. Ooh, there's so it repeats.
Mega X6 says, I told my 8-year-old nephew my favorite Godzilla was the one from the early 2000s. And he said, what? That's not even canonically a real Godzilla. You can't choose that one. Which one is that?
From the early 2000s? Not the US Godzilla.
I mean, that was late night. That was like what, 98?
Yeah.
Or 96 or 95? I don't know.
No, it was their first movie after Independence Day. So I'm guessing it was probably 98.
I mean, that was the first Godzilla movie I saw, to my recollection. Well, I might have seen King Kong versus Godzilla. I mean, I've not seen that many of the old Godzillas. Or, I mean, for that matter, like of the newer Japanese ones either. Like, or relatively newer. Like, I don't know if I've seen a Japanese Godzilla other than Shin Godzilla that's newer than like 70s or 80s.
Really?
You know, like I haven't seen any of like the 90s ones.
I was like scratching my head. I almost got crushed. Luckily, I could go back.
A couple of years ago, I watched the 90s Gamera trilogy, which was like actually really good. And is composed by the composer behind Shadow of the Colossus, and I'm like positive that's what got him the job, because it sounds like Shadow of the Colossus. I mean, that's what got him the Shadow of the Colossus.
That's cool.
So that came after.
Yeah, I thought that I really liked Shin Godzilla. A lot of people say like, oh, it was boring, but
it was not what I expected.
Yeah. Would you say it was better?
I only saw it the one time that you and I saw it in the theater.
Right.
I'd like to watch it again, like going into it knowing what it is. You know? Because it's weird. It's definitely weird.
Yeah.
It's a bit outside the box.
But that's what I liked about it. I just thought I thought like the perhaps reality of like that's how things would transpire was what made it scary. Where there's just like so much yellow tape to do anything that just unable to do anything. But I'm looking forward to this one. Oh man, this thing's definitely chasing me. Oh. That's stupid.
Burrito 1981 says you have to have a high tolerance for cheesy costume special effects. And like in the beginning of the movie, when
grab on,
like they show that other monster emerging, like it looks so goofy.
I know, that's the point.
And like I just like I laughed at it, and no one else in the theater was laughing. And I'm like I thought it was like going to cut away, and it was going to be like a funny movie that people were watching, or like a bad monster movie that people were watching. I'm like, wait, that's like actually happening.
Dude, the main character in this, he's like made out of paper, essentially.
Paper Skyblazer.
Like, just hemorrhaging lives here because they can't. Like, these dudes do 4 things of damage. I can't. Do I gotta use the invincibility? You gonna make me break out the invincibility? Because I'll do it. I'm gonna do it.
I mean,
it still doesn't matter. Can I do it again? Let's try it again. I can't believe how many lives I just went through right there.
Jeez. Mr. D wants to know, Coury, is this game growing on you or growing away from you?
I feel like it's kind of going away from me. Just because I feel like this doesn't work.
It just doesn't work.
It doesn't work as well as it should.
Like the Great Tower is like your only place you can really go right now.
Yeah.
I don't know if you
I'm
want me
supposed
to
to- I'm
tell
supposed
you
to go
or
this
not,
way.
but I'm just curious. I'm curious to look up how far you are into it.
I gotta be close to the end.
I'm going to look up. Should I check the guide by Yakuza or the guide by Joe Destroyer? Let's see. Joe
Doesn't really matter.
Destroyers is on version 2.62 versus version 1.1 by Yakuza. And it's also 102 kilobytes versus 70 kilobytes. And it was also more recently updated in 2003 as opposed to 2001. So let's go see what Joe Destroyer says.
Just
See. Clear structure to this guide.
I
Okay,
wish
you
there was
did
something I
Dragon
could
Hill
do to, like-
Forest, I assume.
what?
Was Dragon Hill Forest the last one? Okay, you're on the Great Tower.
Yeah.
Wow.
What's Joe to Destroy?
This guide says that the boss of this level is the easiest in the game, so you have that.
Oh. How far away was I like when I was on the elevator?
I mean, he writes really detailed paragraphs, so let's see. Because each level is like a lot. Let's see. Elevator. The word elevator is not used anywhere in this guide.
It's like
It says immediately
like a
run
vault.
right and stay to the left of the raised floor. Oh wait, well, wait, I think that's okay. That's
is it the next level?
a huge ball. Okay, you've done that, right?
I've done the balls.
Okay, this part is a bit tough if you don't know what you're doing. The floor will begin raising, and a knight will drop from either side. The first will drop from the left side, so cling to the right wall. When he comes toward you, jump over him and immediately cling the opposite wall. Another will drop from the other side, and they will both charge at you, prompting you to jump over them from the wall and cling to the opposite wall again. After the fourth knight falls, jump across. You should be on the right side now and climb up into the next area. So it almost sounds like this guy's like telling you, no, don't even fight those knights.
Yeah, I mean that's basically what I was doing.
It does look like you're not.
That
I mean, it
far?
does look like that's
That's it.
like, well, in the latter like third or maybe latter quarter of the level.
Yeah.
And also, it sounds like the next level's the last level.
Oh, cool.
and the ride up for the level is not as long.
Jeez, come on. Horse shit. Come on. I mean, it's definitely got some garbage to it.
I mean, you know, even though the developer made a couple of very nice looking games, you know, there's probably a reason they never became one of the mainstay all-time classic Japanese devs.
Yes.
I can't remember the name. I'm not looking up.
Calling this underrated as a eBay conspiracy.
Yukio.
I mean, it's not like horrible, but it's like I don't know. It's like a solid 5 out of 10.
Oh, Yukio.
Not that there's anything wrong with 5s.
Yeah. I mean, it's a nice looking game. I think that's very good. This was, I guess, only their second game. Hook was their first.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So okay. I don't know if this is why Joe brought it up earlier, but I guess they did do Punky Skunk.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So that would have been after this, right?
Yeah, it says that they did, like, Metal Slug is listed on their games, but like, they weren't the main developer. It suggests that they did Metal Slug first mission and second mission. Looks like, I mean, this might have been their last game, so I don't know.
I mean, that's fine. Seems like they're getting better at what they're doing. Stop sticking to the wall.
Ah, there was a $7 super chat from EB Chill too. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Saying watched Action Button's 5-hour video on Tokimeki Memorial this week and put a $5 bid on the game on eBay as a joke and won. Gotta put the phone down. You know,
well, you know, it's not a bad thing, right?
You know, in anticipation of...
So you're screwed if you don't have the blast there.
In anticipation of reviewing the Analog Duo. You know, I've got a not insubstantial PC Engine collection, but I thought, you know, I went to a site that I like to import games from and just went and saw what they had available and put in an order for some PC Engine and a couple of, they didn't have a lot of CD games, but I ordered a couple of CD games. I thought about Tokimeki Memorial just because of Tim Rogers and just because it was cheap. But I didn't order it.
So
Maybe I should. Maybe I should.
Is this gonna be the... It's like, just gives me nothing. Like, just gotta take a leap of faith, I guess, right?
Oh wow. Yeah, that's I mean, you're on your last life. I'll look it up if you want.
No, I don't care. It worked. It worked out. It worked out for the best.
Oh wow! What? What? But yeah, I just looked at what games they had, and I'm like, I mean, like, there's so many cheap card games and cheap CD games in Japan too. So like, I just looked at them, I'm like, oh, that seems interesting. I may have ordered more interesting games than good games. I don't know. But
if the boss is in the next room, can you tell me what I need to do to kill it? Because I don't want to do it again. I'll do it again if I have to, but
you don't want to.
I don't want to. No.
Let's see.
I just monkey balled it. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, that was a moment.
We don't know if we don't really know anything about the analog duo as of yet.
We don't know anything no one else knows because we don't have it yet.
But I do have EverDrive Pro and the old EverDrive. I could probably send you that first gen EverDrive.
Isn't it like kind of flaky? Is that the one that causes Z fighting? Or whatever they called it?
I don't know. But either way, like, that might be like a good thing to be able to have you. I mean, I'm sure the duo takes into account.
Yeah.
Okay,
so this guide here says this could possibly be the easiest possible.
Okay.
Jump along the top row of platforms. Do not even mess with the bottom row at all, as you don't really need to, and they are somewhat of a hindrance. Anyway, jump from platform to platform along the top. Do not stand still. As you are heading across, the Great Dragon will start heading at you. When he does, jump kick him and angle away. Then start jumping away from him. Again, don't stand still because he will fire a flame at you. Just keep moving. He will then fly into the air and start the process over again. You can easily score a flawless win over him this way.
I don't know if that was the dragon or not.
I don't know. They call it Great Dragon.
Yeah, there's nothing great about that. It is a dragon, though.
Yeah. Doesn't look like a great dragon. Seems like a pretty lame dragon, if you ask me.
Yes.
I don't think that was it, because it says that the warrior force can come in handy here, killing the wyverns with one shot. So that was probably just a wyvern. A wyvern.
Okay. Is that the... I think that's... Is the warrior force? Is that the... I don't know.
Let me...
It doesn't
see what they
matter.
Warrior force. Temporarily makes you invincible and doubles your strength.
Okay. The hitboxes in this game are so weird.
Backflash says, try $1 million, but every time you want to play DKC 1, instead you will be forced to play Skyblazer. I mean...
So essentially, like...
I'd be a little sad, but I could still play DKC 2 and 3 unhindered.
Yeah.
Can I play DKC 1 if I don't want to play DKC 1? I mean... To be honest, I don't know if I can not want to play DKC. Like, that's just like That's just like a constant state of being for me. I always want to play DKC. Except maybe when I'm playing DKC 2.
This dude like sticks to everything.
Oh yeah, I can play Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong Land though is like very different. I was actually quite really in relatively recent years. In fact, I think it was in a games we played some year. I relatively recently finally played Donkey Kong Land 2. And I was impressed. Like it was actually like kind of a good facsimile of Donkey Kong Country 2. And I kind of felt like I really enjoyed it because it was like playing a familiar game, but like actually being able to be surprised by it, which I thought was kind of nice. You know, it was like playing DKC 2 for the first time, except a little less good. I can't believe that jump.
I know,
I mean, it
right?
probably works if you.
I
do
like
it
that
either
you
way.
have to jump all the way down the tower, the same tower you're just in, just so you can go all the way back up it in underwater.
Chris S says, "Oh no, Aero Monado says 1 million, except every DKC is now tropical freeze." No.
Wait, so you would not take $1 million to just never
Well, I'm
play.
not saying I wouldn't do it, but I'm just saying, oh no. I'm expressing my dismay at this.
This level is super long.
I think there's like no more than one more room before the boss. All I remember from the advice from that write-up was for the boss was keep moving and don't bother with the bottom platforms. What was the other? Oh, 1 million, but the entire DKC soundtrack is replaced by this song. I don't know what this sounds like. So, okay, this dragon I will believe is great.
Yeah.
It says you'll get hit by a fireball if you stop moving, but it seems like not a whole lot of anything is going on. I assume you have to kick the Dragon Ball,
Yeah.
but oh, there you go. Oh, so the fireball comes up. So do you just gotta jump away from him
I
to
guess.
avoid that? Or doesn't seem to come out consistently.
If I keep on jumping in one place. I mean, it's certainly not easier than that one boss was.
What was the easy boss?
I mean, I think that one.
The one that you froze time?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I saw on this guide it called that one very easy. But it does look pretty easy.
Yeah. like all tensed up, and I should not be. It's not like it's...
Is what is.
I think if you're fighting like
hidden
any boss, like on a
gem.
rotating tower, like you're gonna get tensed up.
Well, sure. I mean, it's a cool thing that they did here, though.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I appreciate how it looks. How many times I gotta kick this dude though?
It seems like it goes on forever. Just drawing it out at this point. I mean, Kirito, you say 16-bit game gimmick, but I mean, Kirby's Adventure did this too.
Yeah.
It's just clever programming tricks. It is a little lame that the dragon just floats up and doesn't, like, wave in any way.
It's just... They're like, we don't have time to animate him. I'm just afraid that some sort of jank will happen and I'll fall. That's the thing I'm most afraid of, I think.
You've got full health. You shouldn't be tense.
It's not gonna stop me if I fall.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, how many hits does this take?
He's going faster now, though.
Yeah.
I feel like I gotta rush more to get to him.
Yeah, I don't see it say in this guide how many times you have to hit him, but it almost feels like you're doing something wrong because it takes so long, right?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, am I really hitting his weak point?
But like, what other kind of weak point would he have?
Like maybe you like have to hit that to stun him, and then you hit something else, but it doesn't say that. It just says you kick him. So
Yeah, he's gotta be. There we go. He goes up and slightly like drop down. He kind of like starts to drop a little bit before he blows up. He's like, whoop, whoop. Like he's like kind of bouncing up a little bit. Whew. All right, I got the ultimate power here. The Shrine of Destiny. Here we go.
man,
You've done it. Oh, are you? I guess I am. I must. It is my destiny. Youngster. He's not calling him whelp anymore.
oh,
Give me some more life. I am certain I am ready. What else am I going to do? Ooh. I have a bonus stage before.
the way you move in these bonus stages,
I know,
it don't look right.
No. That's putting it lightly.
It don't look right.
It don't feel right either.
It don't look like it feels right. Man, 9 lives though. That feels right. 10 lives.
You can't just like go. You can't just stay in the middle. I don't know. It's weird. Ready? be gone. Ragland. Ragland Citadel.
You know, Mr. Dude has a point, though.
Right.
He says, have you ever seen someone blaze through the sky? This is it, what it looks like. I mean, you know, you could be right. Oh, look. This background.
An auto-scrolling level. Okay. Whoa. Okay.
Oh.
I just like hit the button.
Oh.
Maybe I was supposed to hit the button more to fly.
Probably.
Are you looking up to see?
Yeah, I'm gonna look at what the Phoenix does. Huh. Weird. The only thing that it says that it does is breaks down Ashura's impenetrable defense. So I guess you have to like use it to make him vulnerable.
I guess. Just gripping my controller so hard. Is that it? Please let me. That'd be nice if it was just right up to the boss.
The ride up.
Oh my God! Are you kidding me right now?
Is that a boss rush?
Yes.
Oh no. You know, I feel like I've asked this before, but like, have you ever encountered a boss rush in a game and been like, oh man, that was so cool. Like I'm so glad they implemented that. Right?
No. I don't think anybody has.
I mean, don't get me wrong. If a Mega Man game didn't have a boss rush, I'd be kind of sad just because it's like so entrenched. Like that is the boss rush game. But like, I feel like a boss rush adds like nothing positive to a game ever.
Yeah.
Like it can be a cool like, hey,
it
you
gives
beat
you a
the
bunch
game
of stuff, at
mode.
least.
Now like you can do a boss rush mode, but like forcing it as part of the main game is just like never fun.
At least I have that. It refills your magic and everything in between. I bet you.
Oh, between each fight?
Yeah.
Well, okay. And you've got 11 lives. So.
Yes. Come on. We're doing this.
Does seem like you're on track to finish this game at a good time.
It's not. Then jinx it. I gotta do that stupid wall again.
Yeah, I mean, I got to the end of Super Valis 4 and didn't finish. And never went back. Should have. Maybe I can find the time to squeeze that in before the end of the year.
All right. 3 down.
Feeling good, feeling good. Man, you beat that boss perfectly. Like, I wish you could take your Healy stuff with you.
Right?
Oh, that's stupid fun. But you know, you probably have more magic to actually do these fights than you did when you first encountered them.
Right. Come on,
Also,
I couldn't get to the right one in time.
Oh, and now they start you off at the fight again without letting you go through that room?
Yeah.
Oh, that's mean.
Just gotta use the...
I wonder if there's a way to like fight the bottom ones without like the top ones triggering. I don't think so.
Alright, I'm gonna try the stars this time.
Oh, it does. It looks like it's not going to be every boss in the game.
This is obnoxious. Ugh.
This boss just seems like the worst.
I mean, I wonder how many of those things... Ugh, it's annoying.
I mean,
there's got to be a
can
way
you
to
not
do it,
just
though.
like really wail on one of them and just one at a
No,
time?
you only
Just-
get one hit. before
Oh,
it
because they
closes.
close up.
Yes. I mean, I could always do this until they all grow big and... Just take my old sweet time here. You know what I mean? Just go around. I mean, that's the way that I have to do it.
Yeah, I mean, well, I'm trying to see if there's some tips for this one.
You can get the fish on the outside. If I get the fish on the outside.
Yeah, I mean, I was just reading. There's like a one of the strategies listed is just gaining the flow of the water and like almost letting the fish get caught up on each other so that they overlap.
Yeah.
I mean, the fish aren't the boss, though. I assume.
No.
Like,
no,
can
no,
they
no.
infinitely respawn?
They will, but yes.
I mean,
is this better than Dracula?
Isn't there like a Bram Stoker's Dracula on Super Nintendo that has like pretty good animation, but
Is there?
I think there's like a Dracula game that has like good animation, but it's not a good game or something. I don't know. I don't know if it's Bram Stoker's Dracula or just Dracula or something. I don't know.
I mean, it's... If I just keep on doing this, it'll work.
It'll take a while, but hey, it'll work. You know?
We'll be here all night, but...
Nah. And, you know, that's probably what the purpose of this stream in this room even is.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe Nosferatu is the game I'm thinking.
Oh yeah, that's like Prince of Persia kind of.
Yeah, that's why I said it had good animation. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Oh, did I get the fish stuck? I may have gotten the fish stuck.
Oh. That would be awesome.
Oh, here they come. I gotta get him stuck. Get him stuck off screen. That's the secret, right?
Not a bad strategy.
Come on, y'all.
Y'all.
Why is he
Voltar is pretty sure this game is taking sound effects from ActRaiser. I don't know. Would they have access to the same sound library? I mean, I can't hear it.
It's not foolproof, but one of them's dead.
Yeah, yeah.
This is so stupid. But, I mean...
At the same time, I kind of almost feel like it's what they intend you to do.
Yeah. Once you get rid of one, it gets a little bit easier, I think.
Are you doing the ninja recording tonight?
Yeah. Thankfully, we won't have to do this again.
I know, right? Like, I don't know why you haven't been doing that for streams all along.
Well, I just never thought it would work. There we go. We got 2 of them down.
Oh man.
Come on, guys.
Toyfish Gaming says this boss is notorious for being a pain. But
Oh, really?
Can a game that is not really played by that many people have notorious bosses? Really? Oh man, you got him stuck. Yeah, there you go. Oh yeah.
I cheesed it.
Make them underwater explosions.
Okay, so this is the guy you had to use the time stop on.
Is it?
Oh no, it's this guy's.
I think this is the last one of the rush.
Oh really?
Oh yeah, this guy wasn't that hard, right?
No. He's like probably. I think this is the easiest boss.
Yeah, like you can stop. You can just like attack him as long as you're quick. Like he won't even attack.
Right. Just like that.
It's true. Everyone knows Buck Bumble for the title screen, but does anyone know Buck Bumble? I one day wish to know Buck Bumble for more than the title screen.
Let's see. Oh, is this the last boss? Is there any?
I think there's two, but all I know is that you gotta use the Phoenix to open up the boss to attack.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I do, Mr. Yu. I do want to know Buck Bumble. I love the look on the boss's face when he gets attacked.
There's two final bosses.
Oh! Like he's all big and tough looking, and then he just makes that face. Oh, Buck Bumble is a friend of Rory McGurty's. I want Buck Bumble to be my friend too.
See, I knew this dude was gonna be bad. Oh no, he's not. All the things are possible to the Lord of War. He's just his head. He's got his do-rag on. Oh, the Lord of Darkness. How does one become the Lord of Darkness? I want to play a game where your character eventually becomes the final boss. I guess it's like so many things, but I want to like find out how like the Lord of Darkness came to be.
I mean, I think there are games.
Well, yes,
I mean, there are games that let you
game
play as like the Dark Lord, right? Like,
yes.
Like what was that one PSP game?
Well, what do I got to do with this dude?
You want me to look it up?
Kind of. I might be able to get him. I'm gonna die this first time, but I think I can get it. I think I get it.
No, you think you get it?
I think.
Can you run on his lava arm?
Heck yeah.
Okay. Well, if things get desperate, I'll read you some tips.
Oh, okay. If he punches you once, you die.
Really?
How do I avoid that, though.
Oh, hi, Sandy. Hey. Look, Corey's finding the final boss. You want to come say hello? Come here. Sandy, look. Look at the stream. Look what's going on over here. It's got that Super Nintendo palette rotating lava waterfall action going on. It's great. I love that crap.
Oh, I could have.
Come say hi. Sandy, come say hi. Come look, come here. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sandy, come say hi. Oh. Hey, yeah. Oh.
How many times I gotta kick him?
Oh, I see. He doesn't go up any higher. So that's.
I get him. I guess I cheesed him. I tanked him.
Every man.
I did.
Oh, hey, Artemio's here. He says, awesome game. Hey, guys. Well, you know, in this very moment where Corey has beaten the game, like that rush of satisfaction washes over you, you're probably thinking, yeah, you know, that was better than I thought. Like, you feel good about it now, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a solid 5 out of 10.
Nothing wrong with a 5 out of 10, as you said, right?
Yeah.
Like, what's wrong with being in the middle of game quality?
Yeah, we get, like a Mode 7 ending credits.
Oh, yeah.
Epic and Sony Records.
I mean, it is a cool looking game, but like you say, it does look like it has some jank.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But it has some technical ambition, and I respect it for that.
Yeah. This is not a bad game. It's just it's supremely average. You know? Supremely average. I love that I have. Now it's a 4K capture too.
You have right now the best capture of the entire game of Skyblazer that has been recorded off of real hardware. Like, you have it.
It's right here.
It's right here. You are the only person in the
SSD
world
right
who has recorded Skyblazer in this quality the entirety of the game.
Now I'm gonna play it on the projector.
Yeah.
I know it sounds ridiculous, but like the projector, it's awesome. Like now I'm thinking, man, I want to get Alan Wake 2 and play it on that projector. It's gonna push me to get Alan Wake 2 sooner than I had planned to, because I want to be able to play it on that thing. And I know like the black levels are not gonna matter, but I just like it feels like a film. I think it would be just awesome on it.
Do you think? Are you thinking like, how could I stream over there?
I mean, I could probably. Well, I don't know.
I mean, how is your like controller situation working?
So if I get like real far away, like it'll sometimes drop, but like most of the time it's been fine. What I would do if I was going to be playing over there, at least with retro consoles, I would get. I'd use one of my controllers.
Jaffe?
What?
Is that the David Jaffe? No, it can't be. Could it?
Maybe. I mean, I don't know.
It said Sony there, so I don't know if he worked for Sony back then.
Maybe.
That would be
what I would do though if I was playing like a game like this over there, if I wanted to play something like this, So I have controller extensions, and I would use my wireless controller, but I just like put it on a controller extension to get it just like a little bit, like, you know, a few feet closer, like 6 feet closer, and it would be fine.
Oh, $5 super chat from Junko988. Thank you.
Thank you.
Saying, try, where do treasure N64 games rank within the N64 library? I mean, are there any other than... Oh, well, there's Sin and Punishment, Mischief Makers, and Bangai-O? Are there any others? Sin and Punishment is very high. Very high. I don't know if I can get more specific than that, but it's very high. Like, probably top 5? Probably?
Yeah.
Mischief
and he
Makers?
just flew forever.
Flew forever. Flew forever. Mischief Makers, you know, I think is a very special game. Definitely not a pick up and play game. Like that's a game you have to be willing to commit to learning how it works. You have to be in the right frame of mind for it. But I love it. You know, it's always a go-to capture game as well for videos. I love how it looks.
What I think is cool about the projector, I just want to say real quick. What I think
Bangai-O I've barely played. So those are my answers, unless I'm forgetting again.
So the projector screen that I got from a yard sale, if I pull it all the way down, it's like a 90-inch screen.
Mm-hmm.
And like you pull it all the way down, and it's like a 4:3 aspect.
Yeah.
So I can take the projector and I can zoom it all the way out. And like for some reason, like the positioning of the projector, like the distance, it'll like basically goes almost to the edge. Like perfectly, like a 4:3 game will fill it completely.
And it just over the pillar boxes overshoot it.
Yes. I was joking because like I took these photos of John Morris in Castlevania Bloodlines, and he's like bigger than my hand.
Yeah. Well, I saw you posted an Instagram reel.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like, I'm so happy that like you're so excited by it.
Yeah.
Like I'm surprised by how taken with it you are, and yet like it's funny because like you had really laid so much groundwork for this. Like by getting that projector screen and getting that sound bar set up, like you had laid so much groundwork, like without really being that passionate about it.
Right.
And then you get a new projector and like all of a sudden it
completes it.
It completes it increases your enthusiasm exponentially.
Yeah. And it starts up really quick. You know that the one that you gave me is really good, but it takes a little while to start up, and it sounds like an electric razor.
Yeah.
For like 10 minutes.
Well, I don't know about 10 minutes.
It's definitely more than 5 minutes. Till it like warms up. Like the fan in it sounds like an electric razor, like ring, and it's super loud.
But that one's really bright too.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm sure it's not as bright as the one you just got, but it's a lot brighter. Like for its age, I think it's pretty bright.
Yeah.
And it's actually significantly brighter than the 720p one that I kept. It's also a lot smaller than the 720p one I kept is pretty big. It feels like a more high quality projector, but it's much darker. I just want.
Should I see how the CRT filters look at 1440p on here?
Sure, try it.
I mean, it's getting cut off there. So I gotta.
Yeah, switch to the other view. Of course, the game might be smaller in the other view, but let's see how it does.
Okay, so that's dark. But if I turn, let me turn on the HDR.
Well, hang on. Let me see if I can grab that CSC file.
Well, I don't want to take out my SD card and do all that.
Oh yeah, that's true. I actually do this as sort of like a as a workaround. Go to the. Can you go to the widescreen view just so I can see it? See the menu.
Okay.
Okay. Go to advanced settings.
You want me to turn off the HDR? I got HDR on right now.
Oh yeah, don't have HDR on. I mean, normally good, but in this context, no. Although, I mean, I see. So that's why I saw it change color tone. I see.
Right.
Okay. So yeah, go to, actually, it looked actually okay. So actually, first go to processing/effects. This is very confusing.
Well, this is
a little bit confusing. This is some stuff I learned from Extremes. Okay, turn linear light off on this menu.
Okay.
And then go to color correction. And set the input to 2.4 and the input factor and output factor, set both to 2.4. This is confusing. I don't know if how this is presented might change, because Extremes was saying that what I did should in theory be mathematically the same as this. And I don't think it was quite the same, but it for this context, it would create a similar effect without you having to download that.
I mean, it's still too dark, I think.
It is. But now go to input gain and set that to 2. You have to do the 2.4 on both of those first for the input gain, because the input gain would look like crazy washed out otherwise.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so that does look pretty good.
Yeah. To anyone being totally confused by what he's doing, don't worry, because where it says color space conversion, apply when you turn on custom matrix, then you can go to apply preset, and people can make color profiles.
Yeah, so you can get like your.
It's sort of funny because like we're in this chat where other people who have had the RetroTINK are chatting, including Mike, and like I did this like super janky color adjustment. And they were like amazed by the result. They're like, wow, I didn't expect that you would get like near HDR color quality by doing what you did, like, because that it wasn't actually intended to be used the way that you did it, but it's actually kind of awesome. And so Extremes, like what I told Coury to do, that was like an alternative way to get a similar result from what I did. But see what you're doing now, you're changing those RGB XYZ values, and
Okay,
I don't.
So this stuff that automatically changes this.
Yeah, so and I don't know of a way. I don't know if there's just like a way to like revert
Well, just load your preset.
to the default value. All right, just turn the custom matrix off. Did that? Oh yeah, okay. Turn the custom matrix off, and then. Oh.
Well, when you turn it on, it automatically puts that up to 2.4.
It does, but then yeah, I don't really understand. It's confusing. But you like, I guess it looks okay now. Like, it doesn't look like anything too weird.
Yeah.
So wait, did you turn the scan lines off?
Yeah, I mean, I just loaded the profile that you created. I was just gonna pick like a.
Well, I was gonna say, I want to show. Have you played around with that horizontal blur feature at all? I mean, I think it's kind of neat.
It's like almost kind of purplish.
Yeah, I mean, these are just presets people have made for various things. I mean, I'm sure people will make a lot of these over time.
Yeah.
Load up the generic MLiG profile and then turn on the skin lines and mask, and then go the horizontal blur. I want you to look at that. I don't know if it'll come across on the stream very well or not, but.
You want me to turn on HDR?
Yeah, turn on horizontal bilinear soft.
Okay, well you're not gonna be able to see it until I turn on the HDR. No, I'm just gonna turn on the HDR and I'll do it.
Oh yeah.
Okay, under.
You just turn on HDR.
Bilinear soft.
Yeah, that's fine for now. Yeah, turn on bilinear soft.
Okay.
And turn on the horizontal blur. It'll start off like super, like the lower number is blurrier. And just raise that up, like raise it up until it like you can really get it. Like if you do it, like if you just kind of have a careful touch on it, like it can really give like a back in the day kind of feel. Like this title screen is probably not really a good place to do it, but like sprites, it's really good for pre-rendered games. Like if you want to pop in like
Donkey Kong
Country
though, in general, like
Mario RPG or something, huh?
Like just even bringing it down though, like it just like looks like a bad signal, like loose cables.
Right, which is kind of neat, right?
Yeah.
Like especially for a game like Donkey Kong Country, like you can really give a lot of realism to the sprite.
I think the thing that I've come like you've done so much more with it than I have. Like I think it's cool to like do different things, but what I kind of like about it is that I feel like you can basically do as much or as little as you want, and you'll still like to get good results. Like you can just turn it on and you'll get good results. Yeah. Or you can just like do a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah, it offers a lot of potential.
Yeah. I know.
And like this video is going to be like 50 to 60 minutes. And it's like, I still feel like it's going to feel so lacking. Because there's just like I feel like there's going to be so many things that people will want to see covered. And there's no way to do it all in one video. I mean, maybe there would be a way, but there wouldn't be videos for months and months and months and months. And they'll be outdated as soon as it's released.
Yeah.
It's so you know, it's going to be it's
I mean,
going
I
to be
really
what it
think
is.
that in a way, like probably the best approach, and it's like not something that like it would be cool if we could do it, but I don't like know if we would have the capacity to do it. Just like to do a short little video on something cool to do with it, but I think that people will be coming out with like different videos in general, just like, oh, look at this cool little feature or
that's
this
something
profile
I do
made.
want to do actually. Like once we have this video out, like I could absolutely see myself like, okay, some cool new feature is released that I think is cool. Like I don't have a problem with doing a video. Like I don't have a problem with, you know, just the idea of just doing content of like one little thing that just we're excited about on any given device, right?
Yeah.
Like I think we should do that. And we'll like something I do want to do. Like, there's going to be a bit of like looking at like, you know, emulated games on Switch or indie pixel art games. There's going to be, you know, a decent bit of looking at that kind of stuff in this RetroTINK 4K video.
Mm.
But it's not going to be nearly all the games I tested or all the games I haven't tested and want to test, because I think it's so super fascinating. And I would like to do a video dedicated just to that. And in fact, I was like kind of considering making this video that, but I also felt like I had to explain so many things before I could get to that point. So it couldn't be just that. So I feel like now that this video is out, or once the video is out, and also once people have it in their hands and people have made more videos and put more information out there about it, I think I can just jump into a video about the RetroTINK 4K without over explaining all the features and just say, okay, here's a bunch of Switch games and we're going to see what kinds of pre-scaling results and scan line effects and stuff like that we can do with them. You know, some cool things we can do with them. Or, you know, I don't know, a bunch of PS3 or Xbox 360 games or something, you know, just like. How do you feel about the CRT curvature distortion filter? I mean,
this is for Super Game Boy. So he made a profile for Super Game Boy. Let's check it out real quick. So Firebrand X made this Super Game Boy profile.
Okay, I haven't even tried Super Game Boy on this.
I'm gonna try it right now.
Have you tried it?
No.
I mean, I don't know if you need to do a phase adjustment. I can't see any obvious indication that you do, though.
I'm just curious how this will go across.
I mean, Backflash, you don't wish there was no profiles. I mean, yes, I understand. I mean, I used the 5X in a relatively plug-and-play manner. For the most part, I didn't use profiles that heavily on it. A little bit. But, like Coury said, you can get good results without messing with that stuff. But if it didn't have profiles, then the stuff you could do with it would be so. The fact that you can do so much stuff with it is very exciting. And look, people are going to make profiles so that you don't have to really tinker with that. So, what was there something specific about this Super Game Boy profile?
Yeah, it just zooms all the way in. It makes the game fill the screen. I want to like see if you could use the color correction menu. There you go.
To make like a DMG color filter.
Oh yeah, I bet it exists.
No, I don't think so. I don't think anyone's created one yet.
There's Game Boy interface, Game Boy. I mean, there's Game Boy Advance. There's a Game Boy Color.
So replicate, yes, you can use direct video out of a Mister to the RetroTINK 4K at 240p. I personally think it's a pain in the butt. I think it's much easier to just pre-scale it, to just like do like to set it to the Mister to like V integer scale and do a 1/4 pre-scale and get the same result. I think that's much easier because the thing is like I wasn't able to get direct video to pass through my entire HDMI switching chain. And by the way, you can also emulate the analog DAC on it now. That was implemented just a few days ago. So you can get 240p out of analog consoles. Now that does have a major advantage because on Super NT and Mega SG, there is no way to get native original hardware speed output at that original hardware speed refresh rate. So you either match the speed to 60 hertz or you match the original hardware speed output at 60 hertz with either screen tearing or an occasional hitch. So DAC emulation basically tricks the system into outputting matched original hardware refresh and speed over HDMI. So there is an advantage there, but in both cases, I was not able to get it to work through my HDMI switching chain. So I think it's kind of a pain in the butt to use those modes. Personally, I think there would be advantages for some people. I just like pre-scaling, personally.
So it's saying a real purist would want the GB emulation to have the ghosting effect. I wonder if I bet that's something that can be done.
I wonder. I mean,
that would.
I don't tend to prefer it, except in a few cases where it is needed. Oh, there was a $4.99 from Scott Snyder. Thank you.
Haven't forgot about Scott. I still have his box. I'm just trying to fill it with stuff.
Saying, hey guys, has Mike made an official release date yet for the TINK 4K? Will there be any reason to keep my TINK 5X hooked up to my C1 along with the 4K? I mean, probably not, but I mean, you could probably repurpose that 5X into some. I mean, I can't think of anything that the 5X can do that the 4K can't. I mean, there could arguably be maybe an ease of use factor, but I think the ease of use also applies to
look at that,
to this.
I bet you could almost do it by using the horizontal blur, maybe.
Well, that wouldn't
the same.
That wouldn't be temporal, but like temporal blur is what you need because of like flashing effects.
Oh, look at that.
Go to the color correction menu and crank up the bit crush. I think it's kind of fun. Like if you pop in something other than a Game Boy game and try the bit crush, because you can make like a 16-bit game have like 8-bit colors. It's kind of fun.
Oh yeah. Well, even this it's kind of fun.
You know what I actually did with that bit crush, just as an experiment? You can kind of use it to get rid of some of like the noise effect that happens in like the mini console. You know how the mini consoles all have like digital noise for absolutely no good reason?
The what does?
The mini consoles.
Oh, yeah.
Like they've got all that noisy stuff like NES Classic and TurboGrafx Mini and stuff like that. They've all got noise. You can sort of use that. Like it doesn't work for every color, but like sometimes it's like, oh, I don't see any noise. it'll make the colors a little incorrect, but it's kind of interesting.
So this is like a cool way to do this. It looks, and it fits perfectly in those little squares.
Yep. So I guess he took that into account with his profile.
Yeah.
I mean, I would like to see a version of this mono LCD pattern that is lighter, because that's how the actual, because you know the grid on an actual DMG screen is the lightest part of the screen, right? Like the division.
I mean, there's the mono, but there's also the RGB one, and you can
right. But like, I'd like to see a version where that mono becomes light. But I've honestly not really messed with DMG stuff on this, which is crazy because Game Boy stuff is usually one of like my go-to testing things. Yeah, I need to do more with it. Like, I can't fully wrap my head around how you would achieve some things, some aspects of that look.
Yeah, I mean, that's what's
I don't think you'll be. At launch, I don't think you'll necessarily be able. You won't be able to achieve like quite an analog pocket style appearance. I don't think, but I'm sure it can be done, and it's something I would like to see done. But I don't think that's like a. I don't think you'll be able to quite dial that in right away. But for Super Game Boy, just, if you wanted to play Super Game Boy with the Super Game Boy colors, I don't know if you would necessarily want a pixel grid for Super Game Boy colors when using Super Game Boy colors. I mean, maybe.
Yeah, but I don't know. I was just screwing around with it.
Right, but I'm just saying, like, if you did want to get like DMG colors,
right?
But
Kaylee Gamer, this is the first way I played this was on the 3DS, like the Virtual Console version. Is there something different about it?
Same for me, actually.
Same for you?
Yeah. That's like probably the only example of that, actually, for me.
Yeah, because it's just one of those games that I didn't even know was even a thing, really.
A friend of mine in middle school had it. And he was like, hey, this game's actually pretty good. I can bring it in. You can borrow it. And I was like, nah. Oh, Scott, I forgot to answer the part of your question where he says Mike made an official release date. I don't think so. I think it's just pre-order. I mean, pre-orders they aren't pre-orders. They are orders. They'll start shipping immediately, I believe.
Right. I mean, he still hasn't received the stock yet, I don't think.
Right. So he hasn't.
And then he's going to test them, and then he's going to sell them, and they'll be shipping like right away, I think.
Right. Like, let's see. We will accept orders in early December once units are in inventory. No pre-orders needed. Units will begin shipping immediately, but it may take up to 6 weeks to fulfill the entire batch. So early December, once they're in his hands, presumably they will be in his hands in early December. And then, you can order it and you might get it in December or you might get it in January, it sounds like. I think I saw him say that the second batch is already in production.
Really?
Yeah. So that might be like in the spring.
Jeez. Well, I think that's going to do it for this week. Well, I mean, our week is really just getting started because, there will be 2 episodes this week, so keep an eye out for those. And I hope everyone has a good week ahead of them.
Yep.
Thank you to everybody who donated tonight, and have a great night. Have a great week.
Yep.
We'll see you soon.
See ya.
Good night.